Hello and welcome to Let's Try channel. This is Internet Banking Part 2. In this video, we consider telephone banking, mobile banking, EFT, EPS, NEFT and RTGS. Let us know what is telephone banking. Telephone banking is a new concept of banking where a financial institute provides banking services to its customers using telecommunication device that is telephone. Even though mobile banking has taken over, major banks still provide telephone banking service. The telephone banking involves direct interaction of a customer with a bank consultant or with a 24/7 automated phone answering system. It uses landline telephone system for banking. This automated system has phone keypad response or voice recognition capacity. The security to the telephone banking system is provided by authentication mechanisms such as passwords. The facility of telephone banking system are somewhat similar to ATMs. Following diagram shows the working of telephone banking system. Let us know the working of telephone banking. First step is registering to bank. Customer visits the bank branch and submits telephone banking application mentioning his or her account number and telephone number and gets registered. The bank branch provides a telephone number specific to banking service and a numeric password to the customer. Next step is dialing for the service. The customer dials the banking telephone number dedicated to telephone banking service. Third step is authentication by bank. The banking system verifies the authenticity of the customer by asking him or her to enter relevant authentication details such as password, authorization code, etc. Fourth step is selecting the mode of interaction. The customer selects the mode of interaction. It may be automatic or direct consultation with bank personnel. Fifth step is service selection. The customer chooses required service from the option selection menu. The services can be balance inquiry, transactions of recent date, last 5 transactions, request for checkbook or statement of account, etc. The bank replies with necessary information in the form of voice. Let us know what is mobile banking. Mobile banking or M-banking is the latest mode of banking service that offers online banking services through a mobile communication device such as mobile phone, smartphone, tab or personal digital assistant. Unlike telephone banking, in mobile banking, a customer can avail services of a bank while he or she is roaming, that is not positioned at a single location. Mobile banking offers services such as balance inquiry, account transactions, bill payments, credit card transactions, money transfer, and others. Initially, mobile banking used SMS, that is simple message service without internet. But now, due to the developments in wireless technology such as 4G, 5G, and availability of fast internet smartphones, that is phones having processors like computers, the mobile banking has become efficient and convenient modern banking service. Customers can install mobile banking apps offered by banks and get access to all online banking services. The mobile banking service can also be availed without using internet using USSD, that is unstructured supplementary service data method, where customer calls a helpline, gets a list of codes and services. Then customer can type the code and get the service. Let us know the working of mobile banking. In first step, customer sends an SMS requesting mobile banking service to the concerned bank. In second step, he or she gets user ID and default MPIN, that is mobile banking personal identification number. This MPIN has to be changed by the customer for security reasons. Third step is customer installs the concerned bank's mobile banking application in his or her mobile phone using application store like Google Store. In fourth step, customer opens the app and enters user ID and MPIN. Now, customer can avail mobile banking services available with that bank. These are some examples of mobile banking apps by noted banks in India. The core of internet banking is digital or electronic money. Let us know what is electronic cash. Electronic cash or e-cash is a modern electronic medium of exchange used to debit or credit accounts using computer networks, replacing the traditional currency or coin. It is simply interpretation of electronic data with a commercial value. Electronic cash is also referred as digital money, digital currency, Bitcoin, etc. E-cash is intangible money. That means we cannot exchange it manually like coins or notes. We cannot hold it in our hands and place it in our pocket or wallet like we do with normal coins or currency notes. It is simply a kind of computer data and requires electronic devices and software to handle. It needs PCs, laptops, or smartphones connected to computer networks like internet so that it can be stored, modified, and transferred. To know more about traditional currency and e-cash, watch my earlier video, that is e-commerce part 1. You can get the link in the description. Let us understand how e-cash is stored. Banks convert our money into digital data and store it in their computers or servers. When we want to make cash payments or cash transfers, we connect to the bank's computer by using different modes such as mobile payment apps, e-check, e-wallet, debit cards, credit cards, smart cards, net banking, wired transfers like real-time gross settlement, that is RTGS, and National Electronic Funds Transfer, that is NEFT, etc. Let us consider the advantages or merits of electronic cash. First advantage is e-cash does not get wear and tear when it is circulated because we don't physically handle it. Second one, it can be accessed at any time and from anywhere. It is in digital or electronic form, so we can easily transfer it as a signal. Third one, it offers plenty of payment and transfer options like mobile payment apps, e-wallet, debit cards, credit cards, smart cards, and online banking. Fourth one, it has led to the emergence of e-commerce. E-commerce needs e-cash for EDI and EFT. Fifth one, it has helped banks to offer more services than early like quick funds transfer, stock purchase, contribution to retirement plans, insurance and instant advices for wise investment, managing government schemes, etc. Sixth advantage is it eliminates the burden of physical cash transfer and the risk associated with it. E-cash is intangible and has to be transferred through networks. Next advantage of electronic cash is e-cash is secured. Cyber cash is stored and transacted using crypto systems. The system uses authorization and authentication techniques. Next one, it helps in curbing the corruption. Governments or organizations can directly add amounts to the beneficiary accounts, avoiding middlemen. Ninth one, it helps business to prosper. E-cash aids in getting instant reports on cash balances, assets, payables and receivables. It also aids management to take timely decisions. Next one, there is no denomination problem. There are no predefined denominations. Any monetary figure can be exchanged. For example, 43 rupees and 22 paisa can be easily transferred. And the next advantage of electronic cash can be, it eliminates the use of paper. Digital reports like passbooks, ledgers, journals, financial reports, etc. can be generated in computers without paper. With so many advantages, electronic cash also suffers from some demerits or disadvantages. First demerit can be, e-cash is purely dependent on electricity and computers. It cannot be accessed when our smartphone or computer is switched off. It needs digital resources like computer hardware and software. Second one, security threats. As it is in digital form, malicious programs such as viruses, worms, Trojan horses, foul codes may destroy it. Third demerit can be fear of hackers. There are chances of hackers stealing cyber cash from remote places with hidden identity. Fourth one, challenges to governments. Because cyber cash is novel, governments are facing unseen and strange security as well as legal issues to make a fraud-free, reliable digital cash transaction system. Fifth demerit can be vulnerable to mass destruction. The digital cash works on integrated computer networks. Hence, there is possibility of bulk destruction unlike the traditional currency. Let us consider electronic fund transfer, that is EFT, in detail. EFT is defined as any transfer of funds initiated through an electronic terminal, telephonic instrument, computer or magnetic tape so as to order, instruct or authorize a financial institution. Electronic funds transfer, that is EFT, is a system of transferring money directly from one bank account to another without any paper money changing hands. EFT is a modern technique of transferring money from one bank account to another, either within a single financial institution, that is same bank branches, or across multiple institutions, that is different banks, via computer-based systems without the direct involvement of bank staff. EFT refers to the computer-based systems used to perform financial transactions electronically. The transactions involve credit and debit advices between different branches of banks. Some advantages of EFT can be: first one, the customer can deposit and withdraw the amount in or from any branch of the bank located at different places. Second one, EFT facility brings considerable customer convenience and satisfaction. Third one, heavy cash handling and transportation is avoided that minimizes the risk. Fourth one, it saves lot of time as customer need not spend his or her time in queues. Fifth one, urgent and critical tasks can be timely handled as EFT offers quick and in-time service. And sixth advantage can be EFT allows close relatives to send cash to a person who is touring or taking education at a distant location. Let us consider another important system, that is electronic payment system or EPS. Electronic payment systems are the systems of electronically allowing trading partners to pay the money for a service or good. EPS is a digital money remittance system that allows an individual or a company to pay money for services or goods to the concerned party. The payment system that use electronic techniques are called as electronic payment systems. Electronic payment is the typical automatic clearing and settlement process between a customer, performer and the customer's bank through electronic process. The payables in accounting information system are carried through EPS. It has entered in banking, retail, healthcare, online markets and even government and anywhere money needs to change hands. There are several EPS methods that allow users to pay digital money. They are electronic check, electronic wallet, payment cards, that is credit or debit or smart cards, mobile payment, etc. Some of the payment gateways and payment applications that allow various payments, taxing and shipping are CyberCash, Verifone, CyberSource, NetSeller, BillDesk, etc. Let us list the features or properties of EPS. First one, EPS uses digital data that has monetary value. Second one, the system has interoperability, means monetary data is efficiently exchanged between computers of banks. Third one, it has the ability of retrievability, means the data can be recoverable in case of failure of transaction. Fourth one, it is secured and reliable system. Fifth one, it involves atomic transactions, means EPS can perform smallest to largest transactions separately or in bulk. Sixth one, anonymity of buyer is maintained. This ensures safety and confidentiality. And the seventh feature can be, it is flexible system and runs across different platforms, means EPS can be carried on different hardware and software platforms. Let us know the meaning of NEFT. NEFT stands for National Electronic Funds Transfer. It is a countrywide digital remittance system facilitating one-to-one funds transfer for individuals and firms. NEFT is a kind of EFT mechanism in Indian financial services. Banks register to Reserve Bank of India to participate and make use of NEFT scheme. Even individuals who do not have a bank account, that is walk-in customers, can also deposit cash at the NEFT-enabled branches for cash transfer. The person who receives funds, that is beneficiary, is required to have an account with NEFT-enabled destination bank branch in the country. NEFT uses core banking solution, that is CBS, and National Automatic Clearing House, that is NACH, for funds transfer and financial settlements between banks. The maximum amount for transaction is limited to Rs 50,000 for cash-based remittances using NEFT. But there is no limit in total amount transacted per day. That means, if we want to transfer 1 lakh rupees, we use 2 transactions. RBI has not set limit for maximum and minimum amount to be transferred through NEFT. However, individual banks may put limit on the maximum amount transacted per day. Kindly read the description for working or operation of NEFT. Let us know another important wired fund transfer mechanism called RTGS. RTGS stands for Real-Time Gross Settlement. RTGS is a quick funds transfer mechanism where transfer of money takes place from one bank to another on a real-time and on gross basis. This is the fastest possible money transfer system through the banking channel. Only RTGS-enabled banks through RBI can involve in such transfers. Participants in RTGS transfer need to supply the same type of details as provided in the NEFT system. Settlement in real time means payment transacted is not subjected to any waiting period. The transactions are settled as soon as they are processed. Gross settlement means the transaction is settled on one-to-one basis without bunching or tagging with any other transaction. Considering that money transfer takes place in the books of the Reserve Bank of India, the payment is taken as final and irrevocable. The beneficiary bank has to credit the beneficiary's account within 2 hours of receiving the funds transfer message. The RTGS system is mainly used for large value transactions. The minimum amount to be remitted through RTGS is Rs 2 lakh. There is no upper ceiling for RTGS transactions. If the money cannot be credited for any reason, the receiving bank would have to return the money to the remitting bank within 2 hours. Once the money is received back by the remitting bank, the original debit entry in the customer's account is reversed. Some of the features or advantages of RTGS are: RTGS system's transactions are processed continuously. It provides special preference to each remittance. Second one, it is the fastest money transfer system. Next one, it is governed by RBI and hence secured money transfer system. Fourth one, customer is guaranteed of proper transactions both at the sending and receiving ends. And also RTGS is mainly used for bulk money transaction. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Let's Try channel, like and share my videos. Thank you.